Yes, my name is Adora once again, and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please just press that subscribe button so that you will see this ugly face from time to time. Thank you. All right, okay. By the way, it's 2:15 a.m. UK time, 2:15 a.m. I'm actually at work. I'm on night shift, so I just have a little bit of a quiet time to talk. So that's why I decided to make this video. Okay, recently something has been bothering me. I don't like it when people kind of try to discourage you, and it's not like they're discouraging you because they can't do that thing. No. Some of them, they discourage you even when they know they are doing that thing. They don't want you. It's like in their mind, they don't want you to meet to catch up with them, or they don't want you to succeed like they're succeeding, or for some reasons I really don't understand how, what goes on in their mind that makes them do the things they do or think the way they think. This morning, I was just going through Facebook and I saw this post about a man. This man was actually jubilating that he just left Nigeria to Canada. And out of all the comments I saw, there was this particular comment that kept coming on and on. This man kept responding and responding towards this man's posts. And he was all, one funny thing, all his comments were negative, negative, negative. They were all sounding like, why did you leave Nigeria? Why don't you just wait? You have all the time in the world. Why travel down? And all that. And I was wondering, why is this man attacking this poster like this? Like, is he a relative? Does he know him from anywhere? Why is like, he wasn't really sounding, from the tone of the message, it wasn't sounding like he was happy with the poster for traveling. So I decided to click on his profile to check who he is. Lo and behold, he lives abroad. He actually lives in the US. Somebody lives in the US. And you're telling somebody in Nigeria not to travel. Like, do you know the person's reasons for leaving the country? You have your own reasons for leaving. Why try to discourage another person not to leave? You know what, when it comes to this traveling issue, this idea of leaving Nigeria, I love Nigeria. I love my country. Honestly speaking, it's a place I grew up. I grew up in Nigeria. I enjoyed the time I spent there as a child, as a teenager, and then as a young youth, I enjoyed every bit of it. But there comes a time in your life where you have to tell yourself the plain truth, the bitter truth, where you have to pinch yourself and wake up, jump back to reality. Then at that point, you start to ask yourself, where am I? What am I doing? And where am I going? That is if you have a focus. If you have a plan in your life, then you ask yourself all these questions. But if you don't have, carry on sleeping. It's fine. Do you know that I have discovered that the youths in Nigeria are not lazy? In fact, most of the youths in Nigeria are very hardworking. Most of the youths in Nigeria are the most hardworking people I have seen. The way Nigerians work. I have been in UK now for quite a long time. Not too long, depending on how you look at it, but I've been here now going to 8 years. And I can tell you that the way Nigerians work is like, if people can actually get rich according to their strength, or according to the level or the input they contribute when it comes to work ethics, strength, power. We will carry first. Nigerians will carry first because we are really, really very strong. But it's so unfortunate that all of that strength, all of the skills Nigerian youths have, everything is just being washed down the drain. Why? Because there is nothing in place to encourage the youths there. There is nothing in place to push them forward. You will see a child from nursery, primary, secondary, up to university level. It is struggle, hustle, struggle. Family will borrow to pay school fees. Community will come together to donate money for school fees. To go to secondary school is a serious problem. To finish secondary school, wahala. You will now finish secondary school, now start writing jam. You will now write GCE. As you're writing all these exams, you are paying. Will be tied you if you don't fail, if you don't pass the first one, you have to repeat the exam. You are paying for another exam. You now manage and pass and get admission to university. It's another ball game entirely. School fees. Some people will sell everything sellable to pay school fees. Some students don't even eat in the hostels. They hardly eat. Some they do all kinds of menial jobs in school just to fund their way out of the university. That is where you now see a lot of young girls doing runs, because it's not their fault. If you look at it, the economy is so hard. Everybody is just like all for yourself. The economy is so hard. Everybody is trying to make a living out of nothing. And then you see the youths begin to put their hand in one dirty business, one illegal business or the other. Just because they are trying, they are struggling, they are hustling so hard to graduate, come out, get a job, and stand on their feet. But no, with all that hustling and struggling and everything, when they finally come out, no job. No job. No job. You will see a youth with all of his qualifications carrying envelope from place to place, from one interview to the other. He will go for an interview on Monday. On Wednesday, they will call him back to tell him, I'm sorry, that job, that position has been given to someone else. Of course, it has been given to someone that has longer legs now, that has more connections than you are. Given to somebody that knows one MD, that knows one director, that knows one, just like that. And because you do not know anybody, you are left out. That's the reality of life in that country. Listen, if you have the means, if you have the opportunity to travel out to any country of your choice, so that you can live like a human being, do it. Don't listen to all those people that will come and tell you, what are you going to do abroad? Waiting there for Sokoto, you there for Sokoto. Let us stay here and make Nigeria great. Let us stay here and grow our country. Don't ask what your country can do for you. You should be what you can do for your country, and all those blah, 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 blah. There is time for everything. If you've been doing for your country, and the country you are doing for, the country you are struggling for, the country you are stressing for, refuse to move, what will you do? It's just like pushing a vehicle that has no wheels. Imagine a vehicle that has been jacked up. You removed the 4 tires and you are pushing it. How do you expect the vehicle to move? Like, what miracle do you want to perform for that car to move? I'm not trying to sound negative towards Nigeria. God knows I love that country. But it's so painful that it's such a place that you love is just like it's stagnant. Do you know what it is to be stagnant? Do you know what it is to be immobile? You're just there looking. The world is passing, the world is moving, and you're just there looking. Listen, for the youths, if you have your way, you move. Good enough now. Countries like Canada has opened their borders, and they are really welcoming migrants from all over the world, because they need people. They don't just need people that will just come and sleep around. They need people that will come and invest, people that will come and contribute their quota of skills, education, and all of that into their economy to grow the place. If you have a means to move, you go. Because you are a youth today does not mean you'll be a youth tomorrow. Use this, your youth, your young age, your youthful age, to do something meaningful for yourself. Use this, your young age, your youthful age, to achieve your dreams now. Assuming you are 21, 22, and then you decide to say, okay, let me just quickly let me stay in Nigeria, let me work my way out, and let me see if I can get a job. 21, no job. 22, they are still looking for where to go for interview. 23, they are still telling you promise and fail. We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. 24, nothing. 25, how long do you want to continue that circle? How long do you want to keep going round and round and round, achieving nothing, getting nothing but empty promises from companies that are not ready to, that actually know that they're just calling you people just to make up the numbers? Let it just look as if they are calling for interviews, but actually they already have their own candidates. They already have the people they want to give the job, not you. The bitter truth, not you. How long will you continue in that circle? Okay, now let us assume you have a skill. You know something you can do to make money for yourself. And then you decide to start. Along the line, you get discouraged because the means to sustain that new business of yours is not there. No stable electricity. You decide to do what is this thing called? Pay as you go. Pay as you go electricity. You decide to do that one. You spend all the last money you have to be recharging your electricity. Yet you don't even see the lights. Wait, is it not somebody that has lights 247, electricity 247, that can run a successful frozen foods company? It's not someone that has electricity that can actually run a successful salon. Do you know the power of electricity in an economy? You think it's just to put on the light and charge your phone? You think that is all electricity is all about? That's just the function? Just to watch TV? Do you know how far it goes to have electricity in your life? Do you know the business opportunities that people could go into and succeed just because they have electricity? You can switch on the lights and you see it come on. But when it is not in a society, what do you do? Now, that one, is it your fault? Because sometimes when people say, why don't you stay back? Let's make Nigeria grow. Let's make Nigeria great. Let's grow it together. Let's do it together. There is a limit to what you can do. There is a limit to what you can do to make the place grow. It is not in your power to put electricity in the country. It is not your responsibility. So if that's saying stay to make Nigeria grow, and you are actually trying all your best, you are contributing your quota to see that you do something, you become something in life there, and every of your efforts are futile, every of your struggles are in vain, what do you do? See, don't listen. If you have, in short, this my message is not for everybody. Honestly, it's not for everybody over there. It is not for the rich. It's not for the politicians and their children that can afford to breathe in and breathe out of America and UK whenever they like. It is not for the families of those that work in oil company that can afford all these luxuries too whenever they like. It is for you youths that are struggling, the genuine ones that know what they want in life. It is for the youths that know that, man, I cannot afford to sit down, fold my hands and see my future disappear before my very eyes. I cannot afford to sit down and see my destiny being pounded in the mortar. Because a lot of youths over there, sometimes when I just see some stories in the papers on the internet from there, I feel bad. I feel sad. I feel so bad because I know the potentials a lot of youths, Nigerian youths have, but are not being utilized because they are in the wrong place, which should not be. But it's so unfortunate that they have found themselves like that. It's so unfortunate that the place where we come from is not doing anything to promote or to encourage us. Rather, all they do is to kill your dreams the more. is to kill your dreams the more. A lot of people have different dreams and visions and passions, a lot of things they want to grow, they want to see germinate. But for when you start it along the line, something will surely come out that will destroy. In short, it's like the society, the government as a whole, it's like the government as a whole is not encouraging to ideas being, to ideas growing over there. They kind of kill your dreams, they kill your passion, everything is killing, everybody is killing something. You start a business, somehow along the line, they kill it. They kill it with electricity, lack of electricity, it kills it. Then if you're the kind that is doing some kind of business that have to do with what are those people that go around call, like when I was in Nigeria, there was this friend of mine, her father used to drive a bus, a public bus for public transport. Every time he comes back home, he comes back complaining that the people collecting, is it tax force people on the road, they will collect money from him in the morning, in the afternoon they will collect money from him, in the night they will collect from him, and then the policemen on the road will still collect their own bribe, collect their own money, and you just keep sorting out, paying. Before the end of the day, all you have worked for is gone. You've dashed everything out to people. You get home with nothing. It's frustrating. How can people survive in such an environment? How can people survive in such a place? That's why I'm saying, if you're a youth, if you are young, if you still have the energy, you are still agile to work, and if you can afford to leave the country, leave. Go and fix your life. That one they're saying, let's stay, let's make Nigeria great, let's fix our country. Leave that one first. Because they say a hungry man is an angry man. It's not when you have filled your tummy that you remember to fix any other body, any other thing. It's not when you have given yourself food, you remember to give somebody else food. It's not when you have reached up there that you remember to pull people up with you. Will you be in a place that is not progressing and you expect to progress? No. Sometimes I hear people say things like, people are abroad, what are they even doing? Don't mind them, they're living fake life. They work 3 jobs just to survive. They work 4 jobs just to pay rent. Then some people wash plates. Some people wash old people's bum. Some people, listen, if you have to do all these things to live like a normal human being, if you have to do all these jobs to put food on your table, to eat and be satisfied, to pay your bills, to pay your rent, you do it. Do it. After all, it's not forever. A lot of people have been abroad. The initial first years of their life abroad was stressful, which is normal. When you go to any new place, in most cases you have to struggle. In most cases you have to stress yourself because it's a new environment. You're trying to adapt. I remember when I came to the UK about 8 years ago, the first 4 years of my life here was terrible. It was stressful because that was my first time of actually living. Before I came in, I used to visit UK. I used to come, I stay like 2 weeks, I go back. I think the highest I've ever stayed in all of my visits to the UK was 2 months. 2 months. But after I left the second time, I decided that I'm coming to UK to stay permanently. I'm relocating. Now, there's a difference between you relocating to a place and you just visiting that place. When you are visiting, you don't really see so many things. You are not exposed to what's happened, like the nitty-gritty of what's happening in the society. You're a visitor, of course, so all you do is just to come and do your tourist attraction thing and go back home. But when you actually relocate and then they begin to open your eyes to some things around you, you know that the difference is clear. So when I came back, when I relocated, and then I spent some time here, it was not easy for me settling down. I struggled in so many aspects. In the aspect of my documents, I struggled. It was a tough battle getting my documents in the first place. It wasn't easy. I won't lie to you. It was not as if I just came to UK and the next month I got my papers. No. I went through stress. But at the end of the day, it happened. Now, I remember so many years back when I was still visiting. I used to visit UK and go back. Someone told me, eh, eh, you see this one that you are visiting, just be coming and be going. No, as you are coming like this, just be coming and be going. Don't stay, oh, don't stay. Oh. UK is very hard, oh. Things are very tough, oh. UK, you can't survive, oh. Blah 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 blah. Oh. And when she finished talking to me, I was like, wow, UK is hard, UK is tough, UK is this, is that. But you are here. She came before me, and you are still here. All these years, you are still in this country. You have not gone back. You are discouraging me from coming. So when we finished that discussion, I actually went back to Nigeria because that was just a visit. I didn't intend to stay. I went back. After a while, I came back. That was when I finally relocated. And to God who made me, the best decision I have ever made in my life is to move down to the UK. I said the best decision I have ever made is what I am actually enjoying today. Because if you look at it, sometimes it's not about the money. Some people, they think that when they come abroad, when they go abroad, they just start making, just start hitting, just start becoming millionaires overnight. Money is flowing everywhere. No. If anybody is telling you that money grows on the trees abroad, it's a big lie. It's a big lie. Here, especially here in UK, you have to work hard to eat. You have to work. There is no food for lazy man here. Nobody lends you money anyhow. There is no uncle or auntie anywhere that you just go and knock on the door. Pop, 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 pop. Hello, auntie. I say, I just come borrow 2,500 from you. I beg, just manage, borrow me this money. I will give you back next month. No, there's nothing like that here. You have to work for every penny. But the most important thing, the good thing about it, that the work is there. The job is there. It's not a society where you look for a job and you don't find it. No. If you want to work as a part-time staff, it's there. If you want to work as a full-time staff, it's there. If you want to work once a week, just once a week, the job is there. You finish working, at the end of the day, you are paid your money on the exact date that you have the contract to be paid. Nothing like you're carrying placard or you're protesting on the street for government to pay your money. Nothing like that. Do you know the rest of mind you have when you're abroad? The high level of security you are enjoying, the peace of mind. Haba, I know that there are evils everywhere. I know there are bad people everywhere. But you cannot compare what you have back there to what you have abroad. You can't. Is it the peace of mind? Is it the good roads? Is it the good roads? The roads that look like you're driving on heaven's road? Is it the good roads? Is it these good schools? Is it the free education? Where do you want to start from? My son is 7. He's gonna be 8 years old next year. This year, 2021. Now we're in a new year. He's gonna be 8 years old this year. My son is just 7. Sometimes the question this boy asks me, I don't have answer. I will just use shame to change the topic. I don't have answer to some of the questions he asks me. Sometimes there's some questions he will ask me, Mommy, what is this? I will be like, give me 1 minute, I'm doing something. I'm using style to check my phone. I'm going through Google to check the meaning of that thing he said, because I don't want to look like a failure where he is. I don't want to sound like an olodo that he asked me something I can't even answer. So while I'm saying, give me 1 minute, I'm checking Google to tell me what that thing is. Then I will tell him. Then sometimes if we have to discuss it together, I will show him, okay, look at the answer to what you want. Sometimes the way they speak, it's not just about that they speak for them. No. You see the kids that are actually schooling here, abroad, not just here in UK, but in America, Canada, everywhere. Their level of IQ is so great that, because the educational system is top notch, it's beautiful. The standard of education here is wonderful. Those are the kind of things you crave for. Those are the kind of things you wish you'd have in your country. Those are the kind of things we look at, we admire, and we're usually like, oh my God, why can't we do these things in our country? Why don't we have it back then? Why don't we have these things back then? Why can't we have free education? When I mean free, I mean completely free. Not the one that they will tell you free, then they will tell you to come and pay for school uniform. Or they will tell you it is free, they will tell you to come and buy toilet roll for teacher. Or they will tell you it is free, they will tell you to come and contribute money to build school gates. No. Free education with quality teaching. And tell me if there would not be a difference. Because in Nigeria, so far, I think the only place you can get quality education, as per, what I mean quality, high-tech education, private schools. Apart from the private schools, some of these public schools, I doubt if, let me just leave that one. As I was saying, if you have the means to travel, to live, to go to anywhere, fix your life, please do. See, even if you don't want to go and live abroad permanently, structure out your life. Plan it out the way you want it to be. You can say, okay, from now to the next 10 years, I want to relocate abroad. I want to work. I want to make some money. I want to come back to Nigeria and invest in something. Or you say, okay, from now to the next 10, 15 years, I want to go abroad, start a family, raise my kids. When they've gotten to a certain, age, if you decide you want to get back to Nigeria, fine, you go back with them. By then, the children already have, is it their passport or whatever, they can always come back anytime they like. Like in my own case now, if my kids, I can decide now, okay, in the next 10 years, I want to go back to Nigeria. If I'm going back, I know that I've already established my children's future. That one is certain. No shaking again. If they decide to come back with me to Nigeria, fine. They can go to Nigeria and say, no, we don't want to stay here again. We're going back to our country. Good. They come back. Because it's there. The foundation has already been laid for them. It's already laid for them. But what foundation do a lot of parents have for their kids back there? I feel for a lot of parents when I see them struggling, when I see them going through stress to raise their kids. It's not even about education alone. The security with all this kidnapping and all that. Haba. When you want to make up your mind about something, stand strong in it. Don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let anybody say, what are you going there to do? Have patience, have patience. Tell them to leave you alone. Whatever decision you want to make, your life should be between you and God, not anybody. Because in the first place, some people don't even want you to go, so that you remain there. Funny enough, I've even discovered that some of the people that discourage you from traveling abroad are actually based abroad. They are the ones that will tell you to stay there. Don't worry, I will send money for you. Don't stress yourself. What are you going abroad to do? Do you know what we are going through here? The cold is too much. They will complain. They will give you one full list, one full scrap paper of complaint, just to discourage you. And if you're not strong enough, you will be like, let me just stay where I am. After all, they're sending me $100 or £100 or whatever. Let me just manage my life here. They are actually keeping you there because they don't want you to travel out. So that whenever they come back to Nigeria, they will use the same you to run errands. They will use you to be going from one message to the other. Go and buy this from anywhere they're going to. Either you are driving them or you turn to automatic PA all through their stay in Nigeria. Because if everybody decides to leave the country, who will work for them? So my dear, make hay while the sun shines. Do what is good for you. Do what is best for you. As long as you think it's okay for you, you go ahead and hug it. Don't listen to people. Take your destiny in your hands. Once it is good for God, it is good for you. That's my advice for you, especially the youths. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I have to get back to work now. I think I've actually... I've used up 5 minutes, extra 5 minutes. So, all right. So, see you later. Thank you very much for watching. Stay blessed.